Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Ark Survival Evolved. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to show you how to tame a Carbonemys, or in other words, the turtle. This is a beginner's guide aimed at new players, so if you guys enjoy this video and find it useful and informative, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. As I said, the Carbonemys is a dino that you can tame early on in the game. In order to ride it, and it is a rideable creature, you will need a saddle, and you will also need regular kibble if you want to tame a high level Carbonemys. For this you will not need a bow, as it is useless, and I recommend using a crossbow as opposed to a bow, but you can also do this with a bow should you choose to. You can tame this creature early on, and obviously with regards to the saddle, you will need to craft a saddle, and here is what you will need for crafting the saddle. The saddle can be learned at level 10, and you will need cementing paste, fiber, and hide in order to craft it. You will also need narco berries, which you gather by harvesting bushes around in the world, or narcotics if you have the ability to craft them. You can craft narcotics in the mortar and pestle with the use of spoiled meat and narco berries. There is my target right there. It's a 150 turtle. Make sure that the area around you is clear. I'm going to kite it into the obelisk. The turtle, or the Carbonemys, is quite easy to tame. It is passive until you attack it. After that, it will try and attack you. You can, however, avoid its attacks, as I will show you. So I am just walking backwards. I am actually faster than the turtle. As you can see, it is not a particularly fast creature, and I can stay out of its reach quite well. Now I know that the area behind me is clear, which is why I am kiting it in that area, and by kiting I am basically referring to the action in which I am making the creature follow me around in a specific area or specific pattern. So I'll just keep it entertained, make sure that I don't back myself up into a corner. It does have a bit of a knockback on its attack, but now as you can see, it looks like it started to run away. Once the creature's torpor is high enough, it will want to run off. As you can see, it is not focused on me anymore. It just wants to run away. That means you are close to knocking it out. You can use, of course, a crossbow or a bow, whichever you prefer. The crossbow is better for this situation, but nonetheless, a bow will do the job. Once it's knocked out, just walk up to where the arrows are so that you recover your arrows, or some of your arrows. And also, to unlock the narcotic or the trank arrows, you will need to unlock the engram specific to that, and you'll have to craft the stone arrows and then combine the stone arrows with the narcotics to get trank arrows. Once it is knocked out, just place the kibble in its inventory. If it is a high level, then I suggest waiting until it starves out. For this, you will want to use the Dodo Dex app. It is an amazing app, available both for Android and iOS devices. It will tell you how long you need to starve out a creature for, depending on the creature and its level, so that you can get maximum taming effectiveness. You do not want to place your kibbles on a high level creature, even if you've knocked it out, until it is nearly starved out, so that it is going to instantly tame. And that is because if it does get hit, it will lose taming effectiveness, which then also means it will lose levels. And generally speaking, for any creature, especially high level creatures, you don't want to lose out on levels, because the levels translate into points into different stats, and you do want the best stats on your tames. Also, the Carbonemys will require you to have some form of narcotic, whether it is narco berries or narcotics. Both of them work just as fine. When the creature's torpidity drops very low, you will want to force feed it the narco berries. The way you do that is by opening up the inventory, then selecting the narco berries and pressing the key or button associated with the use function. You only want to do this with the narcotics and narco berries, not with the food, because if you do this with the food, what will happen is you will pretty much feed the creature, and it needs to become hungry to independently feed on whatever you put in its inventory. If you try and force feed it the food that you're using to tame it, you will not make the taming quicker, you will actually make it longer, because the game wants you to let the creature feed itself. Now, I did mention that you need the regular kibble to tame the Carbonemys, but you can also do this with vegetables if you have access to that. So that would be the rock carrot, savaroot, and all that stuff. Or if you are still very early in the game and do not have access to either of these, you can then just use the berries, the meho berries, of course, being the best. With the berries, it will take considerably longer, so make sure you have plenty of narco berries or narcotics with you, as you will need to keep the turtle knocked out until it is fully tamed. This will take a while, so that means I will be making a cut in this video just to save up time. I don't want to make a very long video, as the point of it is to show you what you need to do with regards to taming the Carbonemys. Now, the Carbonemys is, of course, an egg-laying dino, so that means when in pairs it will lay eggs. If you have a male and multiple females, you will get multiple eggs from them. The eggs can be used as nourishment if you run out of food and cooked meat, or you can also use the eggs to turn them into kibble, which will, of course, help you tame higher level dinos. This is very important right here. And another use for the Carbonemys, as you will see once it is tamed out, it has a lot of HP and decent armor value, and it will get more armor value from the saddle that you put on it. In PvP, these were rigged with bombs and dropped inside bases, and that was one of the PvP tactics, but you can also use a Carbonemys to harvest stuff. The things that the Carbonemys can harvest will be, of course, the plants and the trees, and from the plants it will get berries and seeds, and from the trees it will get fiber and wood. Once it has been tamed out, you have the option of giving it a name should you choose to, or you can just leave it as is and place the saddle in its inventory. Once you have a saddle placed in its inventory, you can then mount the Carbonemys. It is not the fastest creature, but it does have a good amount of HP and a decent carry weight for a starting creature. If you use the attack button on the plants around you, as you can see right there, it will harvest berries. It will get seeds as well. However, it is not a good harvesting dino by any means. It is decent when starting out, and there are better dinos that you can use with the purposes of harvesting. Also, you can get wood and fiber, as you will see in a little bit. So it has a bit of a multiple use. It's a jack of all trades but good at none. And it does have good hit points and armor value, so that is one of its main purposes. In the water, it is as slow as on land, but the benefit of this creature is that, unlike most creatures, when you dismount this creature, you can stand on the saddle. Also, in the game, when hunting for chitin, this is a good source of chitin when you're killing the wild Carbonemys, so you will probably want to use a pack of dillos for the purpose of that. It is going to be your first source of that, and it will be a requirement for several saddles later on in the game. Do bear that in mind. It is also a good source of meat, especially when you're starting out, and if you have a pack of dillos with you. You might want to help those dillos out by shooting some arrows into the Carbonemys, as it will help the dillos take it down quicker. Do bear in mind that the dillos will by default harvest the Carbonemys, so do keep that in mind. While the Carbonemys is slow and sluggish and not a good harvester, it does have the ability to soak up a decent amount of damage, especially if you breed these for hit points and weight. So definitely a creature that has its uses. Alternately, when you level up your Carbonemys, you might want to consider putting points in health and weight, as that will benefit this creature more than anything else. With that being said and done, that is it for this video from me. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.